Welcome to TechMark Pod, where we innovate, discuss, and discover the dynamic intersection of technology and marketing. In each episode, we explore how businesses can leverage both to drive growth and innovation. Meet Alvin, our esteemed host for TechMark Pod. With over 15 years of experience as a renowned marketer, project manager, and software as a service architect, join us as we uncover the unique value proposition of integrating technology and marketing strategies, helping you stay ahead in this fast-paced digital world.
Hi everyone, welcome to TechMark Pod. Today I've been joined by Ryan. Ryan is currently the marketing manager for Chemuniqué, that is based in Lanseria. You know, Ryan, let me tell you something about just coming to your office. For me, it's like a little bit of a journey because we are coming out from Midrand to Lanseria. It's a beautiful drive to come there. It's like team building. Last time when we came there, we actually had to, take a detour, get some coffee at that garage that's close to your office. So yeah, Ryan, welcome to TechMark Pod.
Thanks, I'm glad to be here.
Welcome. We're just recording these after a successful WordPress meetup.
Yes. For
the beginning of the year. We started our meetups last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
3 meetups last year, and then the first one for this year today.
I think I'm excited with the future of our meetups. I think it's right that we tell everybody that they need to join us at a WordPress meetup next March, right?
Next month, March, last Saturday of the month. Yeah.
Last Saturday of the month. They should just check up on our LinkedIn page and check out meetup.com and RSVP. We hope to see you there. We discuss WordPress and everything else related to WordPress.
Community and an opportunity to network.
Definitely, I love it. So, Ryan, I need you to introduce yourselves, basically. So you have to introduce yourself. I know you have a lot to talk about. What I know about you is a lot, but I can't say it, but you need to take us.
So, my name is Ryan Wiggill. I studied a BSc Honours in Business Information Technology through CTI and Greenwich University in the UK, which was studying programming. Decided I didn't really want to program, and then self-taught design, software, Photoshop, Illustrator, and at that time, straight out of college, started a digital agency with a couple of friends. People enjoyed the design that we did, and ran that for about 10 years. It was building websites, so my programming background lent well into the design. Building websites. After that, running the agency for 10 years, started working for Chemuniqué, which at that time was one of our clients, but is more in the animal nutrition industry, which is quite a different take on things.
Definitely.
But doing marketing for them, specifically on the digital side.
Great. I think you mentioned about the digital marketing agency, right? So there's something that is actually interesting about this whole transition of you coming from IT and then going to marketing, right? For me, I didn't transition. I actually just added IT into my marketing. So now I become IT and marketing. But at the end of the day, it's almost like we were similar skill sets. I think, take me through the digital marketing agency. What is the history on it, and where are you now with the digital marketing agency?
So I think very uniquely within Chemuniqué, we've started our own digital marketing division where we do offer some services to outside customers in the agricultural industry, but our main client is Chemuniqué. We've distinguished our marketing division as distinct so that we can do a bit of business with outside customers as well. And that's ranging from mainly communication, so a lot of the guys that we work with are previous editors on magazines and are communication based, and that's where marketing is. Communicating with your customers, communicating with your audience.
Okay, cool. So are you mainly focusing on agricultural clients in Chemuniqué?
Well, Chemuniqué is an animal nutrition company, so maybe a bit of a history of who Chemuniqué is. Chemuniqué, we import organic minerals and amino acids into the country, and those are mixed into animal feed to be able to grow our animals healthier and more efficiently. I think I liken it to human health. You have the correct diet, you are healthier, you don't have to go visit the doctor, you don't have to go onto all the antibiotics and all of that. So it's looking after your animals before they become an issue.
Oh, okay, that's quite interesting. Okay, I understand Distinct and then Chemuniqué, right? So does Distinct take on customers at the moment? Let's say, for example, there is a customer who wants your digital marketing services. Do you still take on customers on Distinct, or you only concentrate on one, which is Chemuniqué?
We have customers in the agricultural industry. It is sort of historic customers that we're trying to work on. I know for this year we are focusing on Chemuniqué, but we do have some legacy customers that we are continuing to do work with in terms of the digital marketing, in terms of website development. And I think the unique perspective there is a lot of our staff have the animal nutrition knowledge, which gives us a unique perspective when dealing with some of those clients that we have in the agricultural industry.
And what would you think maybe are the challenges that you're facing in the agricultural industry?
Well, there's lots of issues. We've recently been through the AI scare, which was the avian influenza. Not AI as a large language model.
I was thinking, I'm like, okay, so what did DeepSeek do to this?
No, we went through. I mean, I think it was in the news where we had the egg shortages.
Yeah. Yes.
We're coming out of that now, where a lot of the companies are getting their chickens and birds back now.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're coming back into that. So we have been through a rough time in the industry at the moment, and it comes down to our animals. They're the guys that we need to grow to be able to feed our country.
Yeah. So as a previous agent's owner, would you want to point out the difference between marketing in agriculture field and marketing in, let's say, tech or marketing in retail? What are the differences that you have identified?
Well, I think one of the biggest thing is in the agricultural industry, it's very relationship based. And a lot of the new sort of technologies coming out with AI and all of that, we've got to be careful with how we use it, specifically how that can harm a personal relationship.
Yeah.
You've now got all these chatbots that people talk to and they can answer your questions. When it comes down to a relationship, you want to sit across a table from someone and talk to them. You're not wanting to talk to an AI. And I think especially in the agricultural industry, that is one of the unique things. It's relationship based. When we are selling to our customers are calling specific animal nutritionists in our company. They're not talking to just a sales guy. Yeah. We value our relationships with our customers a lot more than what in the IT industry you can then automate a lot of that.
Okay, so it's more relationship marketing than anything else. So, I really like a lot to ask you.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get into the tech part of it because I'm actually inspired by the tech part of things that you have done in Chemuniqué.
Yeah, so we do some search engine optimization. We are running a couple of digital ads. I think our biggest drive this year is marketing our people. So our people are renowned animal scientists on the world stage. So a lot of them are doing talks in the US, in Europe.
Yeah.
And I think our marketing is around that. Doing our sort of search engine ads or our search ads based around those events and letting people know that that's where they can speak to our team. And then also, I mean, we've got an internship program where a lot of our students are being mentored by these top scientists and also advertising. I mean, it's not the top scientists that you can go to. We've now got these growing up-and-comers that are incredibly bright as well in the industry.
So you create awareness, basically. Okay, so you just brought out something that's very important. So they say people marketing or employee marketing is the new marketing. So you just mentioned how you have a media team that is following your people, which is the scientists and all these guys that are doing a lot of work at Chemuniqué. I want you to tell me more about your people marketing at Chemuniqué, how it has benefited Chemuniqué, and how it has also benefited the employees within Chemuniqué.
Yeah, so well, look, I mean, I think it's down to content, creating content. We're on a podcast, it's creating content, and that's the biggest thing. We've got these scientists, they've got incredible knowledge in their brains, and getting them to just talk, get it out on that, and that's exactly what we're doing, is trying to capture those moments, that talking, that knowledge that they have, and record that, because that's content that we can then use to promote them, to promote their mentorship as we go.
Okay, so when I talk about the benefits, right, of the scientists and the employees within Chemuniqué, do we have any positive outcome to say maybe this has changed the morale within the employees, where they've been recognized in a way because you're publishing their work? Their work has never been published. It's work that is more of, it's archived most of the time. They write a white paper, they write a research paper, then it's just get archived. But now you've changed the game for them. Now you're producing their work to the world, introducing us to what they've done, the success stories. Did it in any way change their morale or something of that nature?
100%. We've got an internship program where we've got guys that are still in universities. They are now running trials with some of our leading scientists. But our internship program is not only that they've got the mentorship of those guys, but we try to put them on the international stage. So we've had just recently Kian Jacobs, who's is one of our interns, speaking on the international stage in the US, and giving him that opportunity to be in the industry and present the work that he's doing, industry-changing research that they're doing. Being able to present that on an international stage. So that does wonders for your confidence and speaking in those environments where you can now present what you're actually doing and what you love.
Yeah, definitely. It's a game changer. I mean, if you're an intern and you get that opportunity, it's a game changer. Okay, let's get into your skill set.
Yeah.
Right. So something, what can I say? I think I got inspired with how much we have put into WordPress.
Yeah.
Right. And also looking at of which you came from IT, you transitioned into graphic design and into marketing. And you brought the skills back to WordPress. And you're building plugins.
Yeah.
You're building amazing systems within WordPress.
Yeah.
So let's start with one, right? Let's start maybe with your plugin. With the menu plugin.
The menu plugin.
The menu plugin. So all those for WordPress people, they would understand how WordPress has become difficult on mobile. It's not the best platform on mobile. We use WordPress, we're advocates for WordPress. We have nothing against that, but we have found a way, of which, Ryan, tell me more about the menu plugin.
Okay, so the menu plugin was a very simple thing. I was trying to do something, I can't find a plugin that does what I want, so I might as well just build it myself. What is nice is it makes your website look like an app. So if you're looking at it on your mobile phone, you've got a menu at the bottom, which is basically what the menu is, and then connects into the default WordPress menu structure. So you're able to assign menu items, set icon, and have it like an app type menu on your mobile website. So that's what that was, and I think a lot of the plugins that I do build come out of I just can't find something that does what I want, so I'm going to try and build something to do what I want. And a lot of that, I mean, that's how it goes. That's where I go.
I think you are selling me short. Okay. So the plugin is now on the market, right?
Yeah.
So anyone can actually download it.
Yeah. So I mean, the menu is on the WordPress library, WordPress.org library, and is available for anybody to download. Currently, I've got over 100 active installations, which has been quite nice, with almost 1,000 downloads. Yeah.
Congratulations for that, because I mean, we all aspire to be able to produce our own plugins and solve the pain, the pain that we go through whilst we're developing on WordPress. You know what I mean? So the next one, you've got so many of these things. So the next one is the warehouse system that you are building in WordPress.
Yes.
Right. I think if you can take me through like the architecture. So normally, I think we would want to take it, define it in a simpler way. You understand? So I just had a conversation with someone just before we got into this, and he was asking about he wants a system for table booking and all that stuff. You understand? So he described it, and I got it later because the way you were describing it was I couldn't understand first, and I understood later. Like, oh, okay, so he wants a custom system developed for this specific purpose. And this happens when we are working and we're using WordPress. And we actually realize that we actually want a system. But of course, WordPress is not as flexible enough for anybody to just go on and then build something out of WordPress if you don't have the skill set. You need to be a developer in somehow to understand how to manipulate WordPress to work for you. You understand? Of which this is where it separates you from the boys. I'm just saying. It separates you from the boys, where you have found a way to build a warehousing system within WordPress.
So I think WordPress as a content management system then becomes your base. It has your user management. You now don't need to have to go and build all of that out again. So what you can do is then extend it further and customize it. I think you say it's not as customizable, but WordPress is. You can customize it to do whatever you want to do. Yes, knowledge of development helps a lot, especially when you're building your some sort of plugins and doing that. So in the instance of that table reservations thing that you mentioned, yes, there probably is a plugin out there that someone else has built that has table reservations, but it doesn't do exactly what you want for your specific purpose. And I think that's where the custom development comes in, where WordPress is the base, and we can take it from there and extend it. So extending WooCommerce into a separate thing where you're booking tables, paying up front for a table, reserving tables for an event. In terms of the warehouse system, it was a need. I understand WordPress, so that's what I built it in. We extended it out. So Tevin, my colleague, is the main guy on the warehouse, so you can chat to him on another podcast about the warehouse and that side of things. But it was literally, there was a need, and I think that's where I come in and I see a problem. I know there's a way to solve it. I can play around, pull something out quickly in WordPress. You do those MVPs, or minimal viable product. Hey, that looks promising. Let's keep building it. And I think that's where the warehouse came from. Is, hey, we can do this. We can display a warehouse visually like this. Hey, we can connect it into WooCommerce. WooCommerce can connect all our products. We can then push quantities back into our store if we want to, and then manage your warehouse and have the WooCommerce front end store. So there's lots of possibilities, and I think that's where it comes from. Is we have a problem, and rather than trying to spend time finding something, start building.
No, it's actually amazing, because not everyone who works on WordPress can be able to execute a project in that manner. You understand? That's why I was saying your knowledge of dev really then reflects in those kind of executions.
Yeah.
You understand? Okay, so we spoke about the menu plugin, and then we talk about the warehouse. Is the warehouse plugin, are you putting it on the market? Are you gonna?
No, at the moment it's an internal custom development project.
Yes.
There were thoughts of building something out, and we did have we were demoing it to a company in Canada.
Wow.
Just showing them how it does. But as you're talking to guys, you see how we are developing to solve our specific issue. There may be other issues, and then you need to try and build it out like that. So at the moment, I'm a two-man team with me and Tevin on our development, so we can take it further if we're wanting to. But I think everything we're developing is we're gaining knowledge on how to do things. We may rebuild it, do it completely different the next time. But I think that's it at the moment. It's a minimal viable product. It's working, and it's been nice to actually have a warehouse, have staff forklifts to test it out, because I think a big part of digital systems is the physical issues that you can then have after.
Definitely. They say, I think you mentioned here too, right? But they say small is beautiful. You understand? So keep it to 2 for now. If it works, don't break it. You know what I mean? So do you know that there are many small to medium enterprises, right, that don't have an intranet or an existing, just a basic intranet system where your employees log in and they see their birthdays, they have, like social sharing within the company and book your leave, those basics. There are so many of them, small to medium enterprises. I mean, if we're talking about them still trying to get websites, what about intranet itself? I don't know whether it's becoming, I don't think intranet is becoming obsolete. I think it's a very, very important feature within a company that a company needs an intranet. We come back to your to your other products, right? Which is, I'm sure it's an intranet, unless if I'm saying it wrong. But I know it is what the features of an intranet. Yeah, so take us through that one.
Well, I think every company needs a central banking system. It's got to work. And I think that's your ERP, where your accounting happens, all of that sort of stuff happens. But then when it comes to your company culture, I think an internal portal where you can recognize your colleagues, where you can talk in a logged-in environment about your industry. So it's not necessarily public information, but you, with your colleagues, can comment on a news story and build a narrative for when you are talking to other people or getting other people's perspectives. I built a sort of an internal portal at the moment. It's brand new. I've decided to call it Blitz, so a play on Super Sport Blitz, where you can come and get an overview of all sports.
Are you sure you're not watching too much?
But basically, a place where an employee can come and get an overview of the company, where the executive board can log in, they can see all their sales stats. So now starting to integrate into our ERP, where we're pulling out reports, our sales reports, giving them interesting graphs where you can actually start tracking trends of our customers' buying habits. So we know that a customer is due to buy something in March. We can then preemptively call them and say, well, you've previously needed to buy stuff in March. Don't you want to start putting in your orders now? So building little reports and nice little things for the team members to be able to see and do that. But then alongside that is a social platform I mentioned, giving staff accolades.
Okay, so I don't know if I've missed any of your plugins, but I know the warehouse, I know the portal, I also know the menu, unless it was something else that I don't know.
There are a couple others that it's all related to our internal portal. So I've built other plugins that scrape websites, industry websites for media and content.
Oh yeah, I remember you showed me.
And then
RSS feeds.
Yeah, passing that through OpenAI, summarizing the articles. So these are industry articles that all of our team members should be reading, but only some of them do. But this now brings it into our internal portal, summarizes it, so where someone might have spent an hour combing the web for these articles, we're putting it in directly, summarized into 2 sentences, and allow them to go through it in 20 minutes in the morning.
Okay.
So there's a couple of other things, and I think that's it, is improving efficiencies. Whenever I spot something that can be done, I build something to do.
Now I understand why now we are moving to innovation. That's why I understand why we're moving to innovation, which is quite interesting, because everything that you're doing, you're improving efficiency within Chemuniqué, which is great. We need to play a quick game, right?
Okay.
AI, right? There are so many of them. I'm sure you know there are so many of them. Which one is your favorite? Just a quick review.
Okay, at the moment I've been using Claude with a lot of my plugins that I'm building, specifically because I can give it context. I can upload my project files and it's got context to whatever questions I'm asking you.
Yeah, but just a quick review of the other ones. Which one? So Claude is your favorite?
Yeah.
No. Oh wow.
I'm happy to throw it away and try something new when it comes.
So you don't care about DeepSeek, you don't care about...
I played a lot. I haven't played at all really with DeepSeek. I've looked at ChatGPT, I've looked at Grok, I've looked at Llama, Facebook's one. I've looked at trying to start setting up a local AI, so running it locally on your computer. Obviously, it's not as smart and all of that, and it requires a lot more resources. But I think there's, especially with DeepSeek now being sort of open sourced, it allows a lot of people to start playing and start bringing a lot of that sort of functionality into a local environment where it's not connected to the web, which is quite cool.
Talking about that, you mentioned about the data that you have for your clients at Chemuniqué. Do you think then you can build your own local AI engine that will help you to analyze this data?
At the moment, I haven't looked at that. I think there are places where we could look at that. I know one of the projects one of the guys have asked me to do is all of our scientists have to every day read scientific journals, and they go through hundreds of these scientific journals, and being able to weed out what is important for people to read and what isn't important or isn't as relevant to read is a big one. And if we can start doing that, it would be great. AI would work perfectly for that. I think the biggest thing to running something locally is the sensitivity of information. So
Definitely.
You don't want to upload all my customer data to OpenAI. Where's that being stored? Where's DeepSeek? There's a lot of controversy around that.
Someone can buy the data.
Where you can run it locally, I think local AI is a great idea for stuff like that, especially when working with IP, when working with customer data and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of the plugins that I create to be able to process data, not necessarily processing the data with AI.
Great. Ryan, it has been a pleasure.
Thank
you for agreeing to come to this podcast. I can talk the whole day with you.
I can talk the whole day as well.
We talk about tech, we talk about marketing. It's just a lot. But you know what? Someone is listening and they would want maybe to get in touch with you for any consultants services, or they want to visit Chemuniqué. Maybe they already understood what you are doing with stock feeds and all that stuff. How do they get hold of you?
Well, I mean, they can pop me an email, I suppose. You can pop me an email at ryan@wiggill.com.
Yeah.
I will try and respond there.
So Wiggill, your surname is the domain.
Correct.
Okay. .com. Okay, I need to visit that website. I haven't visited. Is there something?
No, nothing.
Oh.
That's just my email address.
Okay, no problem. No, thanks, man.
Thank you.
I don't know if you have any questions you want to ask me. If not,
no, I'm good.
you're good.
Looking forward to seeing more people at our WordPress meetups, and
Definitely.
I think that's
That's
another
where we
place
meet
where
up.
we can chat.
Yeah, that's a place we chat a lot and we share ideas as well. So I think we'll see you on the next WordPress meetup next month in March. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe.